From infrastructure to intelligence, how AI reshapes power, profit, and positioning. So today we're doing a part two to last week's case study because I thought it was additional information that we can share that can add more value to last week's conversation. So last week in part one, we talked about how the telecom industry built the communication highways of the modern economy and how AI is now becoming the intelligent engine running on those highways, right? So today we want to continue that conversation and talk about how to leverage intelligence to shift power, profit, and positioning, right? So as we continue to build, hopefully you as a part of our first case study at the top of the month. And then we did the second one, and today we're on the third one. And then this Wednesday, we're having a business networking event virtual, and we're going to be discussing some of these things that we talked about. So please, as you're listening to this, also plug in Wednesday night. We're going to have like an open conversation on our virtual platform. So when we think about building in 2026 and thinking about where we're going over the next 10 years, again, keep in mind when we talk about the infrastructure of the telecom industry, when you think about cell towers, you think about fiber cables, cloud service, data routing, right? You don't just expect those things not to work, right? Because it's been proven, it's been implemented, and it has stood the test of time. That is also what is happening right now with AI. AI is quietly embedding itself into marketing platforms, CRM systems, financial tools, customer service, and supply chains, right? So soon AI will feel invisible, just like the cell towers. We just automatically know, we already know the cell towers are there. We just know it's going to work for us. We know the fiber cables are there. We know the cloud servers are there, but it's not on the forefront of our mind. It's invisible. And when technology becomes invisible, the power shifts, right? Who benefits when technology becomes invisible? Is it the user or is it the owner of the system? I know you said the owner of the system to yourself because it's the owner of the system. The shift from products to systems, right? When telecom companies didn't win because they sold phones, they won because they sold operating systems, right? It was a system that was put in place that was connecting bodies of people from one state to the next, that was connecting families together, connecting businesses together. So people didn't look at it, oh, this is just a telecom industry. No, they looked at it as, you're connecting me to family. You're connecting me to my business. You're connecting me beyond my zip code. It became larger than life, right? And so AI companies won't win just because they sell tools. They'll win because they operate decision-making systems. What does that mean, right? In the old economy, products create value. Labor created profit. Scale was physical. In the intelligence economy, however, systems create value and prediction creates profit, and scale is digital. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Businesses that only sell products or services will be outperformed by businesses that sell systems, insights, and outcomes. And it's a question you have to ask to yourself. It's a question I have to ask to myself. Am I currently selling effort or outcomes? Which one is it? And which one is going to stand the test of time? So when we think about the case study that we talked about last week, specifically around Verizon, right? Verizon is moving intelligence closer to the user. How are they doing that? Through 5G, through edge computing, and through private enterprise networks, right? Why are they doing this? Because whoever controls edge controls the speed, the experience the end user is going to have, and real-time decision making. So you have to think about, what is the lesson we can extract from that? Speed is not just convenience, it's competitive dominance, right? Let's think about Microsoft for a second. We know Microsoft, they control a huge ecosystem, right? But Microsoft doesn't try to win alone. They build systems. They have developers, enterprises, partners, AI models, cloud services, right? What lesson can we extract from that? The future does not belong to isolated businesses. It belongs to connected ecosystems. Is your business designed to stand alone or plug into something larger and bigger and greater? So when you think about you as the business owner, right? Think about you and your business right now. And I want you to think about the AI era that's taking place right now and how it's shifting things from guessing to predicting, from reaching to anticipating, from selling to guiding. AI allows you to create predictable outcomes. It is a tool that allows you to do that, right? When you think about your business model, does your business allow you to grow long term? Right? Does it allow you to build so you can profit higher margins, right? Does it allow you to grow with your customers for a longer time, right? Do you have a system in place for your referrals that's coming in, right? That's going to allow you to have speed when it comes to connecting to them and connecting them to the sources and the resources that you have for them. So as you continue to build, what type of patterns have you implemented within your business model? What type of predictable patterns do you have that is going to work with or without you? What type of systems do you have that's going to work with or without you? And what type of data are you capturing? And what type of data are you measuring within your business model, right? In order for you to build and grow your business, you have to understand about monetization. And a lot of times that's not often taught within grassroots businesses and things of that nature. We're just taught we have a product, this is the cost, we sell it, and we, cash and carry, and we keep it moving. But we really have to think about what type of data are we capturing with the end user, the person that's buying our products and services, and how are we monetizing and growing beyond our zip code, growing our business beyond ourselves? How does your revenue continue to build with or without you? Right? What type of leveraging power do you have within your business model? How are you building your business model? The telecom industry taught us that whatever controls communication controls economic movement. Do you have your own communication tower, if you will, within your business model? So when we think about the cell phone towers and the towers that make all of the phones operating us to be able to call someone and we can receive the call and so forth, do we have some type of tower, communication tower within our business model that's helping with our projections around our economic movement in our business structure? AI is teaching us something that's very important. Whoever controls decision making intelligence controls the growth. So whether you're embracing AI or not, AI is here. I know one thing, I'm personally educating myself and studying even beyond what we're doing with the business case study so I can understand what's going on, because I do not want my business left behind. I want to make sure my business is on the cutting edge 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And I'm building a succession plan in my business model that I'm going to pass the baton on to the next person that's going to run the company. A lot of times we're not taught enough about succession planning and who's going to be running the business after you, right? We're taught oftentimes, again, just what your product is, what the amount that you're selling your product for, and how much did you make that week, how much did you make that month. We have to be planning long term. And there's some, one of the things that I recommend as you're studying, doing your own independent study on AI, the telecom industry, and how all of this integrates together, I want you to think about how are you going to redefine your role in your company? And how are you going to redefine the roles in your team members that work with you in your company, right? So I want you to think about, what does your company actually sell? Time, labor, access, information, outcomes, insight, a tangible product. What do you actually sell in your business? And in the next 24 to 36 months, my business will be known for what? I want you to think about that. This will become your guiding star on what's going to regulate and how you're going to build your business. And again, in the next 24 to 36 months, my business will be known for providing what? Time, labor, access, information, outcomes, insights. What will your business be known for? You have to identify the central focus of your company to reshape it for long-term longevity, right? What do you want your clients to know your company is about? Is great customer service, timing, pricing, knowing that you're going to be here, you have a rock solid company. Do you know the behavior patterns of your clients? Have you been, tracking data on your core clients? Do you have any data at all that you can go back and see what happened in your company last year? Or are you just winging it day to day, month to month, year to year? We have to start shifting how we're building our business. We have to start shifting. We have to start collecting data. We have to start analyzing patterns, buying patterns within our target audience, right? Within our geographical region that we're building in. So we can predict how we need to move our marketing strategy. Sometimes we're just doing things just to see what stick, but we don't have any type of data that's dictating why we're doing what we're doing, right? We have to give value to our business. In order to give value to our business, we have to understand what the core of our business is. Sometimes we say, we feel we're not hitting our target audience. Have you taken the time, and even as the leader, the visionary, or got with the core team to understand what the core value of your business is, so you can know what type of data you even need to capture, right? It's so important as you continue to build. When you think about your business, I want you to start shifting how you think about your business. Let's say you might be a consultant, a coach, you might be an event producer, you may own an agency. So sometimes we may say, I provide services. I want you to shift that level of thinking and say, I provide predictive guidance that improves outcome. So not that you just provide services, I provide predictive guidance that improves outcomes. Let's say a marketing consultant stops selling campaigns and only start selling predictive lead conversion analytical data, or AI empowered campaign forecasting, right? So let's say, you host events. Everybody know, with SEN, we do a lot of events, but let's say you host events. But let's say if you shift that thought process and say, no, we guide ecosystems for decision making. We're not just throwing events just to be throwing events. There's a purpose in everything that we're doing, right? Your business should track member engagement, industry patterns, partnership success rate. Who are being matched at your events, or are people just coming together for the sake of coming together, right? So we have to be so tuned into why we're doing what we're doing. When you think about, as you continue to build, we're about to go into the second quarter is right around the corner, right? We're going into the month of March. This is the last week of February. We'll be going into the month of March. I want you to think about how you need to shift your business model, and in what ways do you need to level up and incorporate certain technology tools into your business. So one of the things that I'm doing personally with our company, Strategic Collaboration Network, we're doing a 90-day intelligence activation plan. We're going to look at one data stream, and we're going to track, a specific set of data. We are going to look at one manual thing that we're doing, and we're going to automate it, right? We're going to look at our products and services that we're offering, and we're going to see how we need to level that up, so connecting to where we want to be 10 years down the road. Don't think linear of just right now and right here. This is how much I'm selling this product and this service for in this specific moment. You have to be thinking long term, right? For the next 30 days, track one decision pattern, predict an outcome, compare prediction versus the result, and refine your business model. This is how intelligence is built. AI doesn't replace businesses. It replaces uncertainty, right? And whoever reduces uncertainty will win, will grow. If you want to you want to grow in new markets, you want to have a huge market penetration, well, you have to start shifting how you're building your business. This Wednesday, we're going to be going in more detail, and it'll be an engaging conversation. We're going to have about 10 or so business owners that's going to be a part of the panel conversation. More are willing to be a part of it. Again, it's virtual on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. EST time. So depending upon what time zone you're in, we're in EST. If you're in Cali, PST time, it'll be 3 o'clock. We encourage everybody to be a part of this. Go to our website, strategiccnetwork.com. Again, that's strategiccnetwork.com, and you can register for this Wednesday night. So I just wanted to add some additional insights that we talked about from last week. Join us this Wednesday night when we can actually have a live conversation around it. I think it's going to be transformational and empowering. So until then, we'll talk again on Wednesday night, and then we'll have a new case study as we go into the month of March on next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.